Hi, this is John Hawthorne from Delaware Valley Outdoors. And from all the times I've been doing seminars and hanging out with Bob and talking to different people at different shows, probably the most common question that I get is about fishing rods. So I wanted to do a little segment today talking about what I am usually using for fishing rods. Now I have 4 of my most favorite fishing rods sitting out here, and they are 4 different brands. I have one is a Quantum, and one is a Rapala, one is a Lightning rod, and then one is a Versatex rod, which Bob used to use years ago. But even though there's 4 different brands of rods here, they all have one thing in common, and that is the blank that is used. Now this here is a Quantum torsion rod, and it's very common at Walmart. You can walk in and it's about $21 or $22. But the reason that I bought this is not because it's Quantum, not because of the price, but because of the blank that they use. The blank that this rod is used from is an IM6 blank. Now I'm not exactly sure what those letters mean, but what I know is that an IM6 blank is a high quality graphite blank that is very sensitive and works very well for all sorts of different applications. This rod here is a 7-footer. I tend to use 6.5 or 7 footers, and I usually use a medium action. If you're only going to go out and buy one rod, you should go out and buy a medium action rod. Stay away from a medium heavy, stay away from a medium light. If you are a one rod guy, it should be a medium action, 6.5 to 7 foot. I've caught trout with this rod. I've caught brim and crappies, all sorts of panfish. I've caught 2 and 3, 4 pound largemouth bass. I've caught smallmouth bass. I've caught pike, walleyes, even catfish. This rod will handle about 80% of the fishing that you want to do. Now, if you are adding a 2nd or a 3rd or a 4th rod to your list, then maybe you want to consider having a medium heavy rod for fishing a worm, or a medium light rod for fishing crankbaits or jerkbaits. But if you're just going to go out and buy one rod, I would recommend an IM6, 6.5 or 7 foot rod. Now the Quantum is a good rod, but this Rapala is also a good rod. But this Rapala, as you can see, is the exact same blank, the IM6 blank. This Lightning rod that's next to it is actually an IM7 blank. It's a slightly better one, but your basic Lightning rod is an IM6. And then this last one here is one of Bob's favorites. It's one of his Versatex rods, but again, it is an IM6 blank. Now, why do I have all these? Well, it really comes down to cost and to economics. It's whichever I can get a hold of the cheapest. If you happen to be watching this segment in the late winter or in the early spring, the bad news is you're probably going to be paying full price, and you're going to have to go to Walmart and find an IM6 rod, and they're going to start probably where that Quantum starts, at about $22 or $23. Bass Pro Shops makes their own IM6 rod, Cabela's makes their own IM6 rod, and they go, sometimes you can get them for $20 on sale up to about $30. But that's going to be about your price range. The Lightning rods will typically get up to be $35 or $40. But if you're watching this sometime in the fall, or maybe towards the end of the summer, the end of the fishing season, then you are in great luck, because one of the best times to go and buy fishing gear, and rods especially, is in the fall, because a lot of fishing equipment goes on sale, and especially retailers like Walmart will really put a heavy discount on things because they need to get stock out and prepare to bring hunting stuff in. This Quantum rod here, which like I said retails for $23, I got for $9, because I bought it in October when Walmart was trying to get rid of all their fishing stuff and they were trying to clear house. I got 2 of them, $9 each. So if you are, heads up, looking for deals, they are there to be had. So we'll talk maybe about some bait casting rods and reels at another time. But a spinning rod is going to suit almost every application that you could possibly cross or possibly run into. So keep looking, look for those good deals. An IM6 rod, medium action, 6.5 or 7 foot. For Delaware Valley Outdoors, I'm John Hawthorne.